Hey there, and welcome to This Explainer. I'm Peek, your go-to Texas home care consultant. If you're joining me today, you probably already know that starting a home care business right here in Texas is an absolutely incredible opportunity. It's a chance to serve our seniors and truly build a lasting legacy. But, it does require navigating some pretty specific regulatory hurdles, and that is exactly what we're tackling today. By the end of this explainer, you're going to understand exactly how to start and license your PAS home care agency in Texas, literally step by step. We're stripping away all the confusing jargon to give you the direct, actionable roadmap you need to get your business off the ground. $2,625. Let that sink in for a second. That is the exact, non-refundable application fee the state of Texas requires when you submit your paperwork. If you submit the wrong forms or miss a crucial step, poof, you do not get that money back. So we're going to make sure you get this right the very first time. Okay, let's just quickly breeze through today's roadmap. We're covering Texas Pass agency basics, setup and registration, administrators and training, documents in Chapter 558, the TULIP application, and finally wrapping up with compliance, launch, and growth. Let's get to it. All right, kicking things off with Section 1, Texas Pays Agency Basics. Before you write a single policy, you need to know exactly what license we're even talking about here. In Texas, all home care providers need an HCSA license. That's a mouthful, but it stands for Home and Community Support Services Agency. Now, specifically for non-medical personal senior care, you are going to be applying for the PAS category, Personal Assistance Services. This is totally distinct from home health or hospice, which involves skilled nursing. PAS is all about helping clients with those essential, day-to-day living activities. And here's the big picture of your journey. You start with the idea, register the business, prep your policies, apply in the state's portal, get that license, and then launch. It's like a giant puzzle, but we're going to systematically lock every single piece into place so you don't feel overwhelmed. Moving right along to Section 2, Setup and Registration. You literally can't apply for a state license if your business doesn't legally exist yet, right? So first things first, you've got to establish your business structure, like an LLC or a corp, with the Texas Secretary of State. Once that's locked in, grab your employer identification number, or EIN, from the IRS. And listen, you aren't just doing this for taxes. That official EIN letter and your state organizational docs are absolutely mandatory for your license application. Let's jump into Section 3, Administrators and Training. The state of Texas doesn't just hand a license over to an LLC. They hand it to the qualified people running that LLC. Specifically your administrator and alternate administrator. Both of these leaders must meet strict management and education qualifications set by the HHSC. That's the Texas Health and Human Services Commission. They are the ultimate regulatory boss for your HSSA license. So what does this actually mean for you? Well, both of your designated leaders must pass criminal background checks for sure. Plus, they have to complete a mandatory pre-survey CBT, that's computer-based training, provided right by the HSSC. Without those completion certificates in hand, your application is going to be instantly stalled. No way around it. Now for Section 4, Documents and Chapter 558. Okay, training is done, and now we hit the paperwork phase. This is where a lot of eager folks get totally stuck. You are required to have a formal policies and procedures manual that complies specifically with Texas Chapter 558 guidelines. Think of Chapter 558 as your operational Bible. It dictates everything from how you care for clients, to employment practices, to your daily operations. When you submit your packet, it has to include your training proof, your legal docs, and that robust Chapter 558 manual. Honestly, building a fully compliant manual from scratch can take hundreds of hours. Actually, it's a huge headache, which is exactly why a lot of agencies streamline this whole process using ready-to-go compliant policy packages from places like SquareBiz Docs. It just saves you a massive amount of time. Moving on to Section 5, the TULIP application. You've got the business registered, the training done, and the documents ready. Now it's time to actually apply. You'll be submitting everything we just talked about into TULIP. That stands for the Texas Unified Licensor Information Portal. You'll upload your docs, pay that $2,625 fee we mentioned earlier, and boom, you secure a license that's valid for 3 whole years. Okay, let's do a quick pattern break and bust a huge myth I hear all the time. A lot of people think you have to sign some crazy expensive commercial lease just to start your agency. The reality, you can absolutely start right from a home office. As long as it meets strict HHSC requirements for privacy, record keeping, and accessibility, you are good to go. This alone can save you thousands in your first year. Finally, Section 6, Compliance, Launch, and Growth. Here's the thing. Getting the license is honestly just the starting line. Maintaining it while you grow is the real marathon. We've talked about the HHSC, the IRS, and the Secretary of State. But don't forget the Texas Workforce Commission. They require ongoing quarterly wage and unemployment insurance reporting. You're going to be managing relationships with multiple state and federal entities, so staying organized is absolutely crucial. Once you are fully operational, your focus shifts. You've got to keep airtight employment records, like I-9s and payroll data. You'll be hiring and training caregivers to those strict HHSC standards, setting up software for scheduling, and putting a marketing strategy in motion to actually reach Texas seniors and their families. Hey, real quick, if you're finding this roadmap helpful and you want more Texas-specific explainers to help you scale, drop a comment with the word PAS right now. I want to make sure we are delivering exactly the insights you need to crush it in the specific market. Now, a super important disclaimer here. I am consulting you on the framework today, but you must always verify the latest rules directly on the official HSC website or the Tulip portal. Regulations and fees change all the time, so please consider chatting with a specialized attorney or compliance expert. Think of this explainer as your educational roadmap, not formal legal advice. Let me leave you with this. If you follow these steps, use the right resources to streamline your documents, and just stay organized, you can absolutely launch a compliant PAS agency in Texas. Be sure to like this explainer, subscribe for more Texas home care content, and click the link in the description for a free Texas PAS startup checklist, plus info on those compliant SquareBiz policy manuals we talked about. So, the whole shebang is laid out right in front of you now, from the Secretary of State to Mastering Tulip and Chapter 558. My final question for you is, what is the very first step you're going to take today to get your agency off the ground and start building your Texas home care legacy? Go take that step, and I'll see you in the next explainer.